It's once more into the breach in League One as we prepare to head into the proverbial no man's land that is the playoffs. South Georgia stand at the precipice of qualification, needing just a point, while Chattanooga could end the regular season with their best ever finish and a bye. It's Tormenta and the Red Wolves. Here are the standings, and chaos abounds. Omaha losing 2-0 at home open up the door for Tormenta and the Red Wolves. If the Triumph drop points, which they are currently doing against the Kickers, both of these teams can finish in second. You heard that right. Tormenta can finish anywhere between second and seventh tonight. Incredible stuff as we come down to the last game in the season. Here are your players to watch. First for the home side, Tormenta, brought to you by Galactic Comics, Adrian Billhart, a guy who's had to play a little bit more of a quiet role behind Sterling, but still very influential. 5 goals, 5 assists for the German. He is 6th in the league in chances created. He's going to be influential playing behind that line, especially since Sterling is not starting tonight. Here is the starting player to watch for Chattanooga, and it's Juan Galindrez, who we don't often get to talk about here because he comes off as a substitute. He's in the starting lineup. Coach Weekly says they want to give him an opportunity from here. He's got 13 goals, 3rd most in the league. They want to see him come up big, get into form as a starter before they make it into the playoffs. Folks, it is all available here. Teams can finish up and down the table as there is still stuff to play for here as we head into the final match day of League One play. It's been crazy all year. There's nothing to say this one won't be as well. We'll have lineups and live action from Statesboro when we return on ESPN+.
At Savannah Hilton Head International, you can choose from 11 different airlines, including Southwest Airlines, Breeze Airways, and Avelo Airlines. With up to 70 daily nonstop departures and over 30 nonstop destinations. Savannah Hilton Head International gives you more choices for a travel plan that fits your needs. Savannah Hilton Head International. Visit flysav.com.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, will be to save Bullock County from slow internet. To do so, you must recruit an exceptional tech team. They must be fast, reliable, and absolutely fearless. Time is of the essence. Bullock's internet is dependent on your success.
Vamos, Tormenta. 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 Vamos, Tormenta.
Statesboro, Georgia at the brand spanking new Optimum Sports Medicine Field as we get set for this one. The match brought to you by Lee, Hill, and Johnston. Well, this has been a fixture dominated recently by the home team. Each of the last 4 matches has gone to the home side. They've exchanged 2-1 victories in each of the last 4. So it's a game that gives us goals. It's a game that gives us different winners in each one. It's pretty even. 4 Chattanooga wins, 3 Tormenta wins, and 2 draws. Here are your starting 11s. First for the home side, presented by Statesboro Real Estate. So there is no Sterling. He was roughed up in a collision with TJ Bush, who does make it into the lineup. So Sarakowski is up top with Ajay and Billhart alongside him. How will they manage without their top scorer and one of the best in the league? They're going to look to Cabral, who's been on a dry spell recently. No goals or assists since July 30th. A goal or an assist tonight could go a long way towards getting that bye. That's that 11. Let's take a look now for the one of Chattanooga and the Red Wolves. Galindrez, kind of an opposite, usually on the bench, will come in the start, so they're kind of playing reverse roles. Alongside him will be Mo Espinoza, who has been amazing. 5 goals and 1 assist in the last 7 matches. He's got 8 goals, 7 assists on the year. Carrera Garcia anchors the midfield. Aviles in goal. A very good starting 11 that has been fantastic all year and can get a reward with a second spot in the league. That brought to you by PMG Rentals. Folks, here's your keys to the game, brought to you by Aspen Aerogels. This is a team that Coach Cameron said for Chattanooga is a little bit different, not quite as structured as the likes of maybe Richmond would be, so they said they're a little bit more open, a lot more fluid. That allows them to be vulnerable in transition. So tonight, Tormenta need to be clinical when they get those opportunities in transition. For Chattanooga, Coach Weekly was saying that they don't know how this Tormenta team is going to come out. Are they going to come out swinging and trying to get something early? Are they going to try and manage this game against a high-scoring Red Wolves team? They need to be very careful, because if they go down a goal early here at a new stadium with these fans, things could really start to roll downhill for them. Well, it is poised perfectly as we get ready for kickoff here. A stadium that is coming into just its second all-time game. They opened it up 2 weeks ago when they hosted the Richmond Kickers. It was a 1-0 scoreline for so long, and you thought they were going to get away with a win against the top team in the league, book their spot in the tournament. It was not to be. A very late goal from Nathan Awney ends up giving Richmond the draw on the road, which set them up to clinch the regular season next week. So a little bit of a sour taste in their mouth from last week, but they are ready to set things right here, as it is all to play for the last time in the regular season. It's Tormenta and the Red Wolves. It's all to play for. Playoff spots, buys on the line. Buckle in, folks. Here we go. Here will be the Red Wolves in that signature dark red and white against Tormenta in their beautiful shades of blue and pink. I'm Zach Burley. Delighted you joined us here on ESPN+. This has been a miraculous year for the league recently. The last couple of weeks have seen so many teams remain in contention. It hasn't been until just this week that we've really started to see tranches of teams be eliminated from playoff contention. As it stands right now, 4 teams are automatically already qualified for the playoffs. 4 are eliminated. But for long periods of the last few weeks, there was only 1, maybe 2 teams that were out of things. So it's been left late. Not everyone is qualified. So right now, Georgia Tormenta teeter on the edge of a playoff spot. A win or a draw would secure them a spot in the playoffs. It would be their first in club history. Chattanooga got the job done already. They are in the playoffs, but they are not content with where they are at. Currently sitting in 3rd with some help from the Fuego as this ball's played through the line. Sarikowski, was he fouled? He went down right on the edge of the 18. It didn't look like there was a whole lot of contact, but might have just clipped him on the ankle. I do not believe the referee is blown for anything. It's Joshua Encarnacion. So here's a look. Lovely ball through the lines. And you can see there, it's the foot of Navarro that might just clip Sarikowski. And then there's a collision between Lombardi and Navarro that has caused him to stay down. It was not the challenge that has him down. And he'll be able to continue. Aaron Lombardi. So an early test for Sarikowski, who's been playing out wide recently, given it's so hard to dislodge Keziah Sterling from that striker's position. Joined the team from the Greek division back at the end of July. There's Juan Galindrez, guy that Coach Weekly says they really like his attributes off the bench. That's where he's played a lot of. He's gotten a fair few number of starts as well, but they like him coming off the bench, providing that spark. Says they really just want to give him an opportunity, a chance to see what he can do in the starting lineup. Said he didn't know if it was the right decision or not. They'll find out. Bush has to chase this one down. But a man packing 13 goals and an assist on the year, 3rd overall in the league. Tied with Keziah Sterling, behind McLaughlin and Terzaghi. Emiliano Terzaghi, who looks like will clinch that golden boot. He scored a goal against Tormenta in a game going on right now. They're at halftime currently as the Richmond Kickers sit 1-0 up on Tormenta. That means the door is very much open for these two sides. As long as the Triumph drop points, a draw or a win, which looks like where it might be heading as of right now, Chattanooga with a win would earn a bye. Currently they just have a home game in the first round. But if the result holds in Richmond, a win tonight would give them a bye. And if the result holds as well and Tormenta win, they will receive the bye. The Red Wolves controlling the pace of play here through the beginning stages. Optimum Sports Medicine Field. Home territory has not been kind to the Ibises. They have the worst home record in the league. Granted, most of those games, in fact, all but one of them were played at Irk Russell Field, but still just 15 points in a... Well, we told you to watch for that early start, and the Ibises have come up big early. It's the Ghanaian Ajay, goal number 7 on the year. His 2nd time this season scoring against the Red Wolves. Great work on this outside. Bill Hart combining. They get it across as Sarakowski just draws 3 players in white around him. Watch here, surrounded by 3, no one at the back stick, and miraculously Kingsford Ajay hits it first time. Such a hard skill, but deposits it well past Aviles. Well, the plot thickens. As it stands in the live table, Tormenta are 2nd. They are in the number 2 spot, jumping from 6th all the way up. Very rarely do I so spot on get those keys to the game, but we have gotten that one directly on. Coach Weekly was wary when we talked to him about how Tormenta were going to start. They needed to focus on that area, and it just slipped for a moment. It's Mukwele Akale who gets the assist. Here's Ajay again. Down to the end line. Was he fouled? No, says the referee. Well, back at that first home game they played here, Ajay was on the right-hand side, and he was causing havoc among the Richmond Kickers' back line. Ferocious player on the ball. Means again. Cardona. Great ball around the outside for Minsigan. And that'll be a foul for obstruction. It's Joshua Phelps. Minsigan just drawing Phelps out wide. We'll see it here. Just isolated. You can see he's momentarily having the option to try and win the ball, which is when he's full pace there to try and get on it. In the end, smart play by the Brazilian Minsigan. Just touch it away into space, draw the contact, and give an opportunity for Jose Carrera Garcia. 7 assists on the year for the Mexican, 3 in the last 2. On the ground, middle of the box, scuffed on by Espinoza. Very clever set piece design by the Red Wolves. It all worked out, but in the end, Espinoza could not apply the finish. Also going on concurrent with this game tonight is the North Carolina Derby. Charlotte Independence currently up 1-0. If the Independents win, Tormenta have to get a win or a draw. So there's so much going around the league all at the same time. One of my favorite things I saw on social media today was a post by the Northern Colorado Hailstorm, who sent out a permission slip to their fans to pull for Chattanooga in North Carolina FC for 1 day and 1 day only. They said you can pull for the Red Wolves in North Carolina FC because they need those teams to get results if they want to stay in. Hailstorm have already played all 30 games. They're at home watching right now, hoping and praying against these results that currently stand. They need Tormenta to lose, and they need Charlotte to lose. Billhart breaks through 2. Now Ajay. Kingsford Ajay. All the way through. Akale blocked out front by Lombardi. Now Minsigan. 10 minutes gone here. Kingsford Ajay put the Ibises in the lead. Now Curtis Thorne is gesturing emphatically that he won the ball here. If you take a look at Joshua Encarnacion. So Minsigan. And he does get the ball. That one's borderline for me because sometimes you can win the ball, but if you go through the man to get it, it's still a foul. That one's very borderline to me. So we saw what they could do from the last set piece. Jose Carrera. It was a great cutback to Espinoza, who now stands over this alongside him. So which will it be? Will they take it themselves or cross it in? Carrera Garcia and Espinoza. Espinoza drives it well over. Mo Espinoza has been on a real hot streak as of late. 5 goals and an assist in his last 7. Here's a look now at the USL playoffs presented by Hisense Bracket. So this is live. It would be Tormenta, amazingly, with a playoff bye. Chattanooga would play Omaha, who lost and will now drop out of that home spot, which is a big loss for the Owls. Coming into today, they were sitting in 4th, looking at playing a team not in the playoffs, trying to wrap up that spot, maybe even move into a bye themselves, but not to be as they fall 2-0 at home. Mintz again against Thorne. Cuts it onto his right. Thorne clears it only as far as Lombardi. Great ball through the lines, and Phelps recovers well. And I want to see how long this pace of play continues. Bill Hart Sarikowski was thinking he was going to hold on to it for a second longer. I loved one of the things that Coach Weekly said about this Tormenta team. He said facing them, they're not like some of the other teams that they play. Some teams that you play, like Richmond, are much more structured in the way that they play. This was Cameron talking about Chattanooga, where you know they're going to be set up in a certain formation and they're going to look a certain way. But he says playing this Chattanooga team is like playing a bunch of street ballers, where there's a lot of fluidity to it, players exchanging positions, coming across to a different side to hurt you. So it offers a different sort of problem. Celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL League One. Choose what you play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. Select, League's choice, player's choice. Great ball for Sarikowski. Will he take it himself? Sarikowski tries to lay it into Bill Hart. In a little bit of confusion at the back, sees the ball off the legs of Navarro. The other part of our keys to the game was being clinical in transition. Tormenta were exactly that on goal one and have been dangerous on the others. Quarter of an hour gone here. Conley right down the middle. Pick up for Avilés. 26 starts on the year for the Texan. Guy who actually used to play for this Tormenta team back in 2021. Made just 2 appearances. Still a very young goalkeeper in this league at 23. Second half has resumed in Richmond. The kicker's still up 1-0 there. Charlotte has doubled their lead against NCFC. Galindrez. Colombian gets the ball back. Espinoza. Great work by Desham Nimhard. Timmy Mel. Cardona. Mel, who made it into the team of the week alongside Carrera Garcia. Shrugging off one. Trapped well by Bill Hart. 3-on-4 for Tormenta. Ajay against Mel. One back by Espinoza. Menzigan, player who does typically start in that striker's role when Galindrez is not in the lineup. Carrera Garcia, Galindrez. It has been counterattack after counterattack for this Tormenta team. Carrera Garcia. Menzigan. Grabbed well by Bush. TJ Bush, who was involved in a tussle at practice this week. Let's see Menzigan. In the end, a rather routine save for the Virginian T.J. Bush, but he was in a collision which left him a little bit questionable. But he has been huge for this team as of late. They have won or drawn 80% of their games since he became the starter back in August. Before that, they had won or drawn just 63%, so he has had a big lift. Coach Cameron saying it's not been just him, as Hara is a very good goalkeeper as well, who's been a longtime feature for this South Georgia team. Said it's been a collective effort over the whole defense. You don't just swap one guy and have that big of a difference. Says the entire back line is pitched in. Villalobos. And it's helpful as well to put this a bit into context. Last season, Tormenta finished 11th in the league. What an incredible turnaround this would be. Mintz again. Deep cross. There's Bush. They were 11th in League One last season. They've got 12 more points than they did last year through 28. And have really rebounded in goal difference as well. A plus 12 goal difference as compared to last year. An incredible turnaround for Ian Cameron and the Ibises. "20 minutes gone here at Optimum Sports Medicine Field. Just game number 2 in its history. How they would love to add another game on this season. Ajay, the lone goal scorer as it stands. Cardona and Villalobos force him backwards. Nimbard. Galindrez can only nod it along. It'll be a very tough physical battle for him tonight. Jake Dingler and Joshua Phelps, two of the most physically imposing center backs in League One. Sarakowski. Had it not been deflected, Bill Hart might have been able to get there. Away by Avilés. Jose España. Surrounded by 5 in pink and blue. Lays it out beautifully. Palmed out for a corner. No, just a goal kick. Thought he might have gotten some gloves to that one, Bush. Let's take a look at it and see exactly what happened. Excellent ball by España to the outside channel, and Galindrez, just strikes through it. I believe it comes off that back stick, which made it look like it was deflected. But Galindrez starting to work his way into this one. Don't miss a minute of the action in 2022, whether your club is on the or at home, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. Halfway point of half number 1. Kingsford Ajay's goal, separating the two teams as it stands. Now a loss here is incredibly detrimental to Chattanooga's hopes as well, because that could also move them out of a home playoff spot. Omaha losing helped them out in that regard. Here's Mintz again. Ball to the back stick, Galindrez. Well, the chances haven't been going his way, but he's getting more of them, which can really only be a positive sign from a Chattanooga perspective. He's just like a magnet to the ball inside that 18-yard box. You can take some positives from the fact that they're finding him more and more often. You can get the ball to Juan Galindres 6, 7, 8, 9 times a half. He's going to put one of them away. Thorne. Akale. Ajay. All the way across. Sarakowski. Ryan Sarakowski doubles South Georgia's lead. They don't fully control their destiny, but they are one step closer to that home bye. Once again, it's Kingsford Ajay and Akale who come up big. First the ball in, Ajay looks like he's gone away from it all the way in the corner, but no, still serves in a great ball, controlled so well off the left foot by Sarakowski and finished sublimely. Well, this is the sort of home inauguration they wanted to have. They were up a goal so long against the Richmond Kickers only to have their hearts broken late. Right now, with 25 minutes gone in the first half, they are up 2-0 and sit second in the League One table. Halftime in the Queen City, Charlotte are up 2-0. Richmond still hold their slender 1-0 margin over Greenville. Pushing down for Lombardi. So now real questions for this Chattanooga side. The one boon will be the fact that Tormenta have dropped more points from winning positions than any team this season. 19 points they've dropped from winning positions. On the other hand, Chattanooga 14 from losing position, second only to Richmond. Foul, Sarakowski on Carrera Garcia. Big switch looking for Mintz again. Thorne attempted the header back to his goalkeeper. That'll be our first corner kick of the night for either side. Corner kick brought to you. There was a cutback on the ground. What will he do here? Right-footed in-swinger. Front stick punched away by Bush. Sarakowski, an errant header. Well, unconventional defending. And they are hanging on by a thread here, Chattanooga. Mintz again. Dingler, dangerous clearance as it skews towards the middle of the pitch. Espinoza. Great cross inside, flicked at the front stick by Villalobos. So here's a look back on our Coca-Cola replay. Bush rising up here. Galindrez was right in that danger area, and then look, Espana trying to get it back to his goalkeeper, Aviles, way outside of his box. Acquits himself very well. One mistake, and Sierakowski is walking that one into an empty net. Referee plays advantage. Kale. One assist on the night, and really should have a secondary assist on goal number 2. Sierakowski. Ajay. Stopped by Cardona. You can hear Ian Cameron there, that thick Scottish accent, saying reset, reset. Not having to force it here. See, we had a little bit of heads up before coming into this game. We heard about the collision between Bush and Sterling in practice this week, so we thought maybe he might not be in the starting lineup. I don't know if Chattanooga were prepared not to see him. Akale, back stick, Ajay, Thorn! They are piling it on. Curtis Thorn nearly joining in on the action, and guess who it is starting it all off? Akale, big switch to the opposite side. And I'm not sure whether it's stopped by Aviles or just Thorn doesn't quite catch it right. And Akale's caught, that'll be a foul. Akale was one of the players when I asked Ian Cameron, was there somebody that we don't talk about a lot that you want to praise? He said he wanted to mention Akale because he joined the team mid-season, earned his spot, hadn't played since the middle of last year. Had been out of the pro game for just about 12 months. But he slotted right back in and has been at the heart of Tormenta's 2 goals so far. Bill Hart in Cabral. It's the German, away by Galindrez. Bill Hart fouled, this time by Espinoza. They'll basically do it all over again from about 5 yards closer to the middle of the field. So here's a look. It's a little bit of arms on the back, probably caught his legs as they were both running there. Foul and nothing more. So it'll be Cabral this time. Cabral. Whipped in ball, too much on it. Cabral, another one of the players that Coach Cameron singled out. Said he's gone from strength to strength this season. It's been a while since he's been on the score sheet. No goals or assists since July 30th. Did have the game-winning goal and an assist in that 2-1 win against Chattanooga earlier in the year. It's been a really good run for both of these teams recently. Tormenta have lost just once since August 21st. That was a 3-1 loss to Richmond, so top of the league, you would expect that to happen. Another dangerous header. Chattanooga themselves have only lost twice since July 10th. 7 wins, 5 draws, and 2 losses since the early part of July. It's been an incredible run that started after that 2-1 loss at Tormenta. So since losing to the Ibises, they've been on an excellent string of games. Both teams coming off of important results last time out. Tormenta faced a lot of adversity going up to Omaha. Went down a goal and then down a man as Owen Green was sent off for denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity. The league has since reviewed that and overturned the red card, but of course that didn't help them in the game. First half, Coach Cameron said they were really down and under, given the red card and the goal. He said in the second half they turned things around. They won a penalty kick, which Sterling finished off to get a point on the road. He said that could be the point that really gets us in the playoffs. Mintz again, blocked out for a corner. This will be another Herb shot corner kick. Carrera Garcia. Big ball to the back stick. Headed right down in front of goal, claiming the deflection, and they're not going to get it. Well, a good ball on this Coca-Cola replay. See, just rising up, Timmy Mell does just about everything right. Guy who got the game-tying goal against Richmond. That was his first goal for the Red Wolves. They went 2-0 down, so a very similar situation. 2-0 down to the Richmond Kickers, coming out very early on in the second half. They ended up clawing their way back in at home, slicing the lead in half, and then having Timmy Mell score his first goal since joining on loan from Tampa Bay to make it 2-2 and get away with a point against the league leaders. So they have done it before this season. They can do it again. Now entering the 80th minute in Richmond, the Kickers are still up 1-0. Why does that matter? If that result holds, and the one here does as well, Tormenta finish second. They will have a first round bye and home field advantage in the semifinals. There is a look. Emilio Terzaghi with the lone goal for the Kickers as they kick off their celebrations, having won the regular season title last week at Madison. The franticness of this game has not suited the Red Wolves well. You can see that they were trying to slow things down just a little bit. Get a better hold on this match. Try and dictate a little bit more than they have. The back and forth end-to-end stuff really suits Tormenta. Get set for an exciting 2022 USL playoffs presented by Hisense with our playoff preview show. Joe Malfa, Devin Kerr, and Gary Bailey will get you set for the USL Championship and USL League One battles for the Cup. The playoff preview show airs at 5 p.m. Eastern on Monday on ESPN+. What an incredible run-in it is in both leagues. Championship and here. Navarro. He's played all but 50 minutes since the middle of July. He's been on a great run, 15 straight starts for the Brazilian. Season number 2 in Chattanooga. Now Minsigan on his right, pokes it onto Carrera Garcia. Looking for support. Thorne. Not fully cleared. Here's Lombardi. 3 now on the game for the Red Wolves, all from this near side. Yet another Herb Shop corner kick. The man who made Team of the Week last week. Game-winning assist last time. Can he get his team in this one? Galindres at the front stick. Blocked out, and we'll do it all over again. Final 5 minutes of the first half from Statesboro. Tormenta went up in just the 5th minute, doubled their lead just a few later. The Red Wolves in a hole here as they're trying to salvage something on the road in the final game week. Taken away, re-centered by Espinoza. You'll have another bite at it. First time cross. Carrera Garcia. Centered in, and there's Bush. He did play in that 2-1 loss to Chattanooga. So not happy memories against the Red Wolves, but starting to form some here. Started now 10 in a row. Villalobos. Galindres caught out by Dingler. There's Ajay again. That man is everywhere. Lovely distributed pass out to Bill Hard. Thorne motoring up on his right. Bill Hard. Bill Hard in line. Blocked by Aviles. Ajay turning, double save. A pair of kick saves for Carlos Aviles. Now Galindres. España. Ajay fouled, and that'll be a yellow. Pulled out emphatically by Joshua Encarnacion. Nicholas Cardona, the guilty party.
A yellow card's been shown to number 4 for the Chattanooga Red Wolves, Nicholas Cardona.
So here it is, Ajay. Here's that foot swinging through the back of Ajay. Leaves him writhing. Still down here is Jake Dixon is on, the physio. Chattanooga also a big result in their last game. Got a 1-0 win on the road against NCFC, and you would normally think, well, bottom of the league, you wouldn't expect that to be a difficult game, but Coach Weekly was very complimentary. A great atmosphere once again as we really break into Optimum Sports Medicine Field. The fans gathered out here. Special night as before the game they had the Tifos out. You can see Sad Wolves back there. It was Kaylee Baldwin, Ethan Michael, and Connor Martin with the student supporters group with Georgia Southern. Congratulations to them on some great artwork featuring here in South Georgia. Coach Cameron really harping on the relationship that they have with South Georgia, or Georgia Southern, excuse me. Saying they're very complimentary of the fact that they can have such great support from the community, from the university, to pool resources, to have the help of the physical staff, the medical staff, to share that with them, to share this new venue with them, for being able to share their previous venue with them. A lot of crossover, knowing that a lot of fans in and around this area aren't soccer fans by heart, but are learning to love the game, and they got a great pool of supporters in Georgia Southern. Eagles and Ibises go well together, I guess you could say. 2 minutes of stoppage time. Villalobos. And drama in Richmond. Greenville has scored a late goal. That alters the way things sit. No nonsense defending from Ryan Sarakowski. So that point would put Greenville back into second. This result would still get Tormenta a home game, but would not get them the bye. Espinoza heading into the final minute of added time here in half number one. They got off to a quick start, Tormenta. 2 early goals in a frantic first 45. Carrera Garcia. Akale and Bill Hart. Villalobos goes in a second time, doesn't win it. Ajay. He'll go again. Sarakowski. In the end, didn't quite catch it right. A difficult skill, that one. Just sends it back into that danger area, scooping it up. In the end, caught it more on the top of his foot rather than through the laces. And that will do it for the first half. Well, just about the perfect start for South Georgia Tormenta. They don't fully control their fate, but they are doing everything they can to put themselves in a good position. As it stands, they are sitting in a home playoff spot. An early lead here as they struck out too early, putting themselves in a favorable position as we head into the halftime break. We'll have a lot coming up for you as we break things down.
County from slow internet. To do so,
on the year, Carrera Garcia anchors the midfield. This ball's played through.
The Clubhouse in Statesboro, Southeast Georgia's best place to play. The Clubhouse in Statesboro, where fun is done.
Optum Health System's commitment to you has not changed. Unmatched safety and compassionate care. If you've delayed your care, we want to reassure you we're prepared for you. Optum's commitment to safe, high-quality care is stronger than ever.
At Savannah Hilton Head International, you can choose from 11 different airlines, including Southwest Airlines, Breeze Airways, and Avelo Airlines. With up to 70 daily nonstop departures and over 30 nonstop destinations, Savannah Hilton Head International gives you more choices for a travel plan that fits your needs. Savannah Hilton Head International. Visit flysav.com.
Optum Health System's commitment to you has not changed. Unmatched safety and compassionate care. If you've delayed your care, we want to reassure you we're prepared for you. Optum's commitment to safe, high-quality care is stronger than ever.
Vamos, Tormenta. 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 Vamos, Tormenta.
Halftime is presented to you by Bullock Solutions. Let's go over to Ryan Rose now with some highlights from last week and then take a look at the seeding scenarios.
5 big matches to finish off Week 28. NCFC hosting Chattanooga up in Cary. 48th minute, not cleared too well here. It gets to Jose Carrera Garcia of Chattanooga. He slips it through 3 defenders right to Juan Galindres. 5-hole on Nicholas Holiday. 1-0 Chattanooga. Holiday had 4 saves in the match, which is he had a 5th. 13th goal for Galindres. 8th assist for Carrera Garcia. Chattanooga wins a playoff spot. They finish the day in 3rd. We go down a state, down I-85 to Greenville. We'll pick up Charlotte on the way. 79th minute. There's Evans. Slips it to Jesus Ibarra, who takes it end line. Serves it up for Jacob Labovitz. The header is in. 12th goal for him. 4th assist for Ibarra. First goal since the end of July for Labovitz. Greenville clinches a home match. Charlotte is in 7th to start the day, but win and they're in at home to North Carolina FC. We go up to Wisconsin. Madison Richmond, 35th minute. Ethan Bryant with a spin cycle there, and he gets it to Owain Gordon. 1-on-1, and Gordon off the foot of Raiko Rosarena. His 5th goal. 3 goals this season have been game-tying goals. That one is his first game winner, and Richmond clinches the top seed in a home semifinal. Omaha hosting Tormenta. Both teams need points. Persistence pays off here. Eventually, after Connor Doyle's second shot at it here, it goes in. 1-0. Tormenta's down a man, by the way, into the first half. Look at this save off the line by Ryan Jeebus' head. Wow. And then we get into the late part of the game, 55th minute. Akele gets tripped up by Shaft Brewer. That's a penalty. Keziah Sterling will go to the spot, and that's his 13th goal of the season. 1-1 your score. Omaha clinches a playoff spot. Tormenta 1 point and in, 3 points, and a home match tonight. Final game of the night, Northern Colorado, Tucson. Northern Colorado, final game of the season. They need to win to have a chance to be in it. 11th minute, Trevor Amon up to Wolfgang Prentice, his first professional goal off the inside of the far post. 1-0 Northern Colorado. They're going to do it. They're going to hang on. They're going to 1-0 this thing. Oh, Johan Peñaranda, a tough challenge against Fernando Garcia. He gets a red card, so down a man. They'll put Olsen in the pipes. And we go to, 4 minutes later, 45 plus 5. And Luca Mastrantonio off the save, and then a corner coming late in the match. This is 76th minute. Destin Norman, his first pro goal, and Northern Colorado wins it. And a Tormenta loss or a Charlotte loss, and Northern Colorado's in the playoffs.
Thanks, Ryan. Here's a look at the seeding scenarios. So as it stands right now, Greenville, with their result, would be that first seed. So they're at Richmond. The game just went full-time. It's 1-1. Omaha dramatically lost. So Tormenta could move above them if this result holds. Northern Colorado as well are out as it stands because Charlotte are up 4-1. So as it has been all year long, very crazy taking a look at these seeding scenarios in the USL playoffs presented by Hisense. But as it stands in the game that matters tonight, the one we're watching, Tormenta currently in 3rd, Chattanooga still in a home playoff spot because of the Omaha loss. They cannot fall further than 4th as it stands. Folks, we got more for you at this halftime break. We'll talk more about what we've seen so far, as well as tell you the team of the week, some scoreboards from around the league, and take a look at the playoffs. We'll have it all for you on ESPN Plus. Stick with us.
Are you suffering from hip or knee pain? Don't let the pain hold you back. The region's most experienced robotic joint replacement team at Optum Health System offers an individually tailored approach that is more precise and creates smaller incisions. For you, that can mean a faster recovery with less pain. Your comeback starts here. Call today to find out if robotic-assisted joint replacement is right for you.
Vamos, Tormenta.
Vamos, Tormenta.
Vamos, Tormenta. Vamos, Tormenta. Vamos, Tormenta. Vamos, Tormenta. Vamos, Tormenta. Vamos, Tormenta. Vamos, Tormenta.
I'm on that routine. I'm on that routine.
We're off and running, a spot in the League One final on the line. Fires, what it's in! What a strike from the top of the box!
Closing in on the USL playoffs presented by Hisense. Entering tonight, 4 sides have clinched, 4 eliminated, 3 competing for the final 2 spots. The Kickers are in. They've won it all so far, but the games that are important come down to Charlotte and Tormenta. Charlotte, as it stands, are in. Tormenta as well, looking at a home playoff game as we currently sit. 2 players featuring in tonight's game in the Team of the Week. Tim Emel, Jose Carrera Garcia, Christian Cheney picking up Player of the Week as his side this week knocked off Omaha on the road. Here's a look at things right now. A late goal for Greenville Triumph secures them the playoff bye. Central Valley beating Omaha, and the Charlotte Independence into the second half as well, as things are shaping up here on the final day of League One play. Well, we knew that it was going to be a shootout at the top of the league. Emiliano Terzaghi getting a goal today against Greenville has got him the Golden Boot almost guaranteed. McLaughlin, Sterling is not playing as of yet. Galindrez doesn't have a goal, so it looks like it's going to be the Argentinian to yet again. Who's surprised? The man scores constantly. Folks, one more break and we'll be back with live actions when we return. Stick with us on ESPN+.
Are you suffering from hip or knee pain? Don't let the pain hold you back. The region's most experienced robotic joint replacement team at Optum Health System offers an individually tailored approach that is more precise and creates smaller incisions. For you, that can mean a faster recovery with less pain. Your comeback starts here. Call today to find out if robotic-assisted joint replacement is right for you.
Vamos, Tormenta.
Vamos, Tormenta.
Vamos, Tormenta. Vamos, Tormenta. Vamos, Tormenta. Vamos, Tormenta. Vamos, Tormenta. Vamos, Tormenta. Vamos, Tormenta.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, will be to save Bullock County from slow internet. To do so, you must recruit an exceptional tech team. They must be fast, reliable, and absolutely fearless. Time is of the essence. Bullock's internet is dependent on your success.
Welcome back. Halftime presented by Bullock Solutions. South Georgia up 2-0 off a couple of early goals as they sit in a home playoff spot. Let's take a look now at our first half highlights presented by Galactic Comics. And it did not take long for South Georgia to get into this one. Pilhart around the outside. Akale centers the ball in. 3 players drawn to Sarakowski, and then depositing it into the bottom corner is Ajay. You are going to be seeing more of him in this highlight reel. So just a little bit later on, Sarakowski drawing players out again. This shot nearly winning. It was chance after chance for South Georgia Tormenta on the transition. They were breaking free, finding space in behind, and being very, very dangerous. So here's Akale, who had a very good first half. Gets it out to Ajay. You think he's done, worked himself into a corner. He's not going to be able to create anything from there. No siree. Here it comes to Sarakowski. Does very good. Look at that first touch. Who needs Sterling, right? They are looking forward to having him in the second half, but they have done well without him in the first. Here is the first half stats. 9 shots apiece, but look at that possession. Heavily one-sided as the Red Wolves have been trying to claw their way back into this one. A very otherwise low-tempered affair as far as yellow cards and fouls go. But it has been the counterattacking from South Georgia that has been so detrimental to Chattanooga on the road tonight. These first half stats presented to you by Galactic Comics. Well, the two sides are getting ready to go here, and as we said in that first half, these are two teams with capabilities of shaking up the second half. Nobody has dropped more points from a winning position than South Georgia this year. They've dropped 19, and only one team has picked up more positions from losing positions than Chattanooga. Chattanooga have picked up 14. So this is the live look at the USL playoffs presented by Hisense. We had Tormenta in that second spot, that second bye, but because Greenville got a late goal on the road, they are now in it. As it stands, Tormenta play Charlotte, Chattanooga play Omaha. Tormenta and Chattanooga will be home for those games. Coming into this one, it was going to be Chattanooga and Tormenta playing again in the first round. I guess it could still finish that way if they manage to turn things around. They've got the weapons and the capabilities to do it, but it's been all against them in half number 1. Can Chattanooga come up with something big in the second 45? As it stands right now, South Georgia, in a remarkable comeback from last season, has got them in a home playoff spot. And why it is so incredible is because this South Georgia team was 11th last season in League One. They could end the year this season in 3rd. Welcome back into Optum Sports Medicine Field in Statesboro, Georgia. I'm Zach Burling. Delighted you joined us for half number 2. There's only one more game going on after this one in League One regular season this year. Charlotte and North Carolina FC in the NC Derby still battling it out. But this will be the last game that really matters. Going on, there is a game between Madison and Tucson later on, but both teams have been eliminated from the playoffs. Colorado Hailstorm are looking on in anguish at the moment as the two teams they needed to get results are currently down. The Hailstorm have already played all 30 of their games and needed Chattanooga and NCFC to win to keep them in. having to watch in horror as they've seen these two first halves unfold. Galindres. Coach Weekly saying he didn't know if it was the right move to put him in the starting lineup. A guy who does so much playing off the bench, elevates the game from that position. He got on the ball inside the box in the first 45. Just couldn't put one home. Here's Mintz again. Round the outside. Scoops it in. Espinoza. Carrera Garcia. No sympathy from the referee on the handball calls. And what a gift as well this could be if they don't have to use Sterling in this match, Tormenta, or if they can keep him off the field as long as possible. We're hearing he got roughed up a little bit in practice. Nothing major. He's on the bench today. Bill Hart. Watched wide by Aviles. But still, if they were still 0-0 in this game, they might had to have brought him on earlier than they might otherwise have to. So look at the quick fire shot from Adrian Bill Hart. So for those of you maybe Chattanooga fans who are tuning in and have not seen this stadium yet, it's a great ground, sitting about 4,300 as it stands. It will sit more later on with expansion opportunities. They are not fully done either, so you can see some piles of dirt, and they've gotten some temporary buildings in as well to kind of fill the gaps in until they finish it out next season. Actually, as it stands, it's the largest soccer-specific stadium in Georgia. Both the last time they played here against Richmond and this week, I asked the coaches involved what they thought of the pitch and how they thought it would play, and pretty much they were all in agreement that it's a very good surface and will be next season even more so. But this grass they've got down hasn't had time to really incorporate itself into the soil here in South Georgia. Still needs time for the roots to sink in and really give this a firm playing surface. As of right now, there might be some bobbles. So you can watch the ball when it's on the ground rolling across the surface. It might see a few extra bounces than it otherwise normally would. Espinoza, great one-on-one defending by Thorne. He draws the foul. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. 50 minutes gone in this one. Some of the neutrals and some of the fans will have a little bit of their hopes let down by the fact that Greenville scored late and did wrap up that playoff bye. But the only reason anyone feels let down is because it was an opportunity at all. If it was not, and you said you could finish third at the beginning of the season, every single one of these fans here at Optum Sports Medicine Field would have taken it. Mintz again. Away by Dingler. Bill Hart picks Carrera Garcia's pocket. Talked about the poor home record for Tormenta at home. Akale manages to keep this one in play. Akale, the step overs, cutting, slicing. scuffed on that opportunity. We talked about the poor home record. You think, well, how on earth with that sort of a record have they managed to find themselves in third? It's because they are incredible on the road. The best road team in the league. Road Warriors for sure. 8-3-4 on the road, 27 points and a +6 goal difference. One of only 2 teams with a positive road goal difference coming into this game. Mintz again, squeezed out. Encarnacion says just a goal kick. Chattanooga also had a positive goal difference coming into this one, but of course now in the negatives. Rafa Mintz again. You can see him split 2 defenders here, Dingler and Mebart. No sympathy from the referee.
Even if he's late, just make sure that you're if you're stuck in no man's land partly because of that. Stay even if you're not in the game. Dash outside of you.
Mintz again. Now Mel. España. Cut out by Ajay. You can see Deshaun Nimbard just taking a little bit out. Belize international. This Chattanooga team, second most goals scored in the league behind only Richmond, 52 on the year. They also don't concede very many. They've got the 3rd least goals conceded. Cardona. Mintz again. Inventive clearance by Dingler. And a lovely flick on for Bill Hart. One-on-one with Navarro. Excellent defending by the Brazilian. Just waited for his moment to stick a foot in. Roller, easy one to grab for TJ Bush. Espinoza firing one away. Jose España, Coach Weekly saying he and Villalobos provided a very nice balance alongside Carrera Garcia in midfield. Villalobos, player Coach Weekly said has done really well at the 8. Kind of been a little bit more of a 10. Gives them really more of an option when a team singles out Carrera Garcia, which teams are wont to do given how good he is. Said Villalobos kind of steps up into that role and fills the space left by him.
Kings, stay with it. All the way, Kings. Kings, left.
Carrera Garcia. Cardona. Plenty of space to get a cross away if he wants it. Galindrez. Just not on the save wavelength there. Yet another great atmosphere. Game number 2 at Optum Sports Medicine Field, and the first 500 fans were lucky enough to get a Bolt the Ibis bobblehead. Bolt, one of the best mascots in the league. You ought to give him a drop follow on Twitter to see him. He was hitting the gritty before the game. He's got the moves, he's got the groove, as does this Tormenta team so far. First 500 tonight, lucky enough to pick up one of those. Here's Bill Hart. Decent ball in. Mel first. Sarakowski. He was down on all fours trying to get there. Each of the last 4 games have been 2-1 victories. Home team has won each of the last 4 as well. Top scorers in this fixture. Greg Hurst with 3 for Chattanooga, and Marco Micheletto 3 for Tormenta. In fact, they actually honored Marco Micheletto at halftime. A guy who got a club record fee to join Columbus Crew 2, where they just won MLS Next at the old Crew Stadium. Sliding challenge by Nimbard. Concedes just a corner. It's Herb Shop corner kick. It'll be Espinoza to take. Galindrez was targeted at the front stick. Carrera Garcia. Espinoza. Lombardi. Espinoza. Kale doing just enough. You can hear the anguished scream by Mel. Tormenta making their first alteration of the game. It'll be Jamil Roberts, the Englishman, coming in for Kingsford Ajay. Yet another great game for the Ghanaian. Scored the game's opening goal and then set up the assist for the second. Passmaster Services substitution. So as it stands, the game-winning goal and an assist for the man going off. Jamil Roberts, the man coming on. 5 substitution appearances in the last 10 now. Man with a history against this Red Wolves team scored in that 2-1 victory. Akale slips it out to Roberts. Cabral. Akale. Referee says he wins the ball. Hernandez. Crossed over the 1 hour mark here in Statesboro. 2 first-half goals separate South Georgia from Chattanooga. This result would see the Ibises finish ahead of the Red Wolves and qualify for the playoffs for the first time in club history. We have just hit full time in the Queen City as the Independents take down North Carolina FC 5-1 in the NC Derby. That means just this game and Tucson-Madison remain in the USL League One regular season.
Substitution for the Chattanooga Red Wolves, exiting the match, number 99, Ernesto Espinoza. Entering the match, number 14, Pedro Hernandez.
Pedro Hernandez on now for Mo Espinoza. So not his day, Espinoza, as you see this Pestmaster Services substitution. Bill Hart touches one around the first defender, lays it out for Akale. Akale blocked with the chest by Aviles. Well, that man has been just as good as anyone on the field tonight. Excellent first touch by the German to separate himself. And then Akale here, so good with those step overs. Might have just used the outside of his boot to send it in towards Aviles' goal. Booted to the moon by Dingler. Now Roberts called for the foul. Just as a reminder, folks, Tormenta only needed a point to make it in. Right now they're getting all three. This would lift them to third. They had aspirations on second, but Greenville Triumph spoiled that by getting a late goal against the league regular season winners Richmond. But still, after finishing 11th last season, third would be a dream. Possession stat has only gone more heavily in favor of the Red Wolves. Tormenta have been battening up the hatches here. Coach Weekly was talking about how evenly matched man-to-man these two sides were. Knows how organized this Tormenta team is. It's fun to play against teams like them. We will get yet another substitution. Double substitution.
Substitution for Tormenta FC. Exiting the match, number 10, Adrian Bill Hart. Entering the match, number 9, Keziah Sterling.
So Bill Hart will come out, and Sterling will make an appearance.
Also entering the match, number 23, Curtis Thorne. Entering the match, number 3, Owen Green.
So Sterling, who was left out of the starting lineup due to a knock in training this week, is on, and Owen Green, who was sent off last match against Omaha but had his red card overturned, is on as well for Curtis Thorne in your Pestmaster Services substitution. So an Englishman for an Englishman on the right-hand side of defense. And one of the league's top scorers, Keziah Sterling, on as well. They would need 4 goals just to equal Terzagi's here with not much time left. So you'd imagine the Argentinians got that on lock. It's fallen nicely here, but fired over by Mintz again. Deflected as well on its way through. So it'll be out for yet another herb shop. Corner kick. Chattanooga have been racking them up. Nothing off any so far. Carrera Garcia. Just driven ball. Green's first contributions of this match to clear it away and win this ball for his side. And with that Charlotte Independence win, your field of 6 is confirmed. Northern Colorado Hailstorm are out. The Independents are in. All that is up to play for now is seeding between 3 and 5. Nimbard. So here is your USL playoffs bracket presented by Hisense. Already confirmed, Richmond and Greenville will have the bye. The only thing left up for interpretation as it stands is Tormenta and Chattanooga with those home games in the first round. If Chattanooga are able to turn it around, South Georgia could fall back down to 6th. Another herb shop corner kick. Front stick this time. He'll get another bite at it. Espana. Knotted along by his own man, Sterling. And it's just corner after corner. Pressure building from this near side. So you can see the ball served up by Espana. Sterling just trying to do anything to take it away from the man in white and red behind him. Carrera Garcia off the herb shop corner kick. Back stick, cut across goal, too high behind. They've had some good services from them. You can take a look on our Coca-Cola replay. Just too much under this header. Carrera Garcia has been peppering that front and back stick. They've had better luck when they've kind of lobbed it up and let it hang in the air. Espana. "20 minutes plus stoppage time left to play in Statesboro. As it stands, 2 first-half goals from Tormenta has them in a home playoff spot. It would be their first appearance in the postseason in club history. They have come so close on so many occasions but missed out. 11th last season, 10 points off a playoff spot. In 2020, 8th. Only the top 2 teams made it in. They were 10 points off yet again. And in 2019, the top 4 made it in. They finished 6th. They've come close, but have not been able to make that final move to make it into the postseason. Blocked by Nimbard. Villalobos. Carrera Garcia. Lombardi. Green not only gets the ball away, but also wins it for his side. We'll see, maybe that's Sarakowski who's down. It's Cabral. The Brazilian started every game, but one against Richmond. It's been a bit of a dry spell recently for him, but he's still tied 6th in the league for most chances created on 47. So even if he's not getting the final product, he's still the pass to the pass. Had a very good spell in a couple of back-to-back games, had a game-winning goal against the Fuego and then Chattanooga. Had 2 goals and 3 assists in a 3-game span earlier in the year, but since, no goals, no assists since the end of July. He had a foot on both of the goals in the 2-1 win against Chattanooga. Goal and an assist. Mel scoops it up, away by Phelps. Does well to hold on it for Roberts. Kale. Sterling on his left. Picks him out. Villalobos sticks a foot in at just the right time. Akale yet again rides the challenge from Navarro. And they have not looked their best tonight, the Red Wolves. We saw something similar in that game against Omaha and Central Valley earlier this evening. Omaha falling at home 2-0 to Central Valley. Spoke to Donnie Barnes, who was on the call for that one, said they just weren't quite up to it. It's been similar here for these Red Wolves team. Tormenta going to get their first Herb Shop corner kick. So pretty much all one-way traffic here in the second half.
Substitution for the Chattanooga Red Wolves, entering the match, number 9, David Teixeira. Exiting the match, number 7, Rafael Mencigan.
So Teixeira is going to come on for Mencigan. It's David Teixeira rather than Alex Teixeira, your Pestmaster Services substitutions. He'll take up his spot inside the corner kick to defend here. Cabral. Sent out of play for a corner by Galindrez. He'll do it again from the Herb Shop corner kick. The referee spotted something in there, will give the foul. Final 15 minutes to go from Optum Sports Medicine Field. Galindrez working against Green. No Ivan Gutierrez tonight for Chattanooga. It's another big miss for them. Lombardi, great cross. In the end, it's Teixeira. He got to it, but I don't know if he was expecting to do so. You can see on this Coca-Cola replay. Lovely ball in. Just didn't get the cut back on it to put it on target. Another substitution for Tormenta.
Substitution for Tormenta FC.
It'll be Tobias
Exiting the
Otieno.
match, number 17,
Mukwele
Entering the match,
Kale
number 55,
coming
Tobias
off, and
Otieno.
really got to give props to this guy. Did so well. Had the assist on goal number 1 and had what I would consider a secondary assist on goal number 2, finding Ajay inside the box. He'll come off in this Pestmaster Services substitution. Tobias Otieno, a commanding central midfielder. Lockdown sort of guy. Dingler sprays this one out to the corner. Cabral fouls Carrera Garcia. The journey to glory begins Saturday, October 22nd, when the USL League One playoffs presented by Hisense begin on ESPN+. The drama continues leading up to the USL Championship Final Sunday, November 6th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Get set for an exciting 2022 USL playoff presented by Hisense with our playoff preview show. Joe Malfa, Devin Kerr, and Gary Bailey will get you set for the USL Championship and USL League One battles for the Cup. The playoff preview show airs at 5 p.m. Eastern Monday on ESPN+. Well, these Tormenta fans had their hearts broken. Match now sitting with just about 10 minutes plus stoppage time to go. They feel as though they are too far away to be caught. But there is still time for a shake-up to the story, a change to the tale. Tormenta will be hosting the Independents if this stands. The Red Wolves, Omaha. Big ball in, grabbed by TJ Bush. And looking at those two, I'm not sure which I'd rather play. Both sides will be glad they don't have to play at Omaha, which is still a possibility if Chattanooga are able to get back into this one. But still, between those two teams, the Independents has been on a good run recently, especially coming off the big win against their in-state rivals, NCFC. 2 wins in the last couple of weeks against them. But Omaha, obviously, always a tricky team to play against. Arguably the best goalkeeper in the league. The best defense in the league. Probably more importantly, though, South Georgia, if they were able to beat the Independents being in third, would have to play Greenville rather than the Kickers in the semifinals. So that's a little bit of a boon for finishing third rather than fourth. Into the final 10 minutes at Optum Sports Medicine Field. Otieno fouls Nicholas Cardona. España. Navarro. Just haven't really been able to manufacture anything too solid on goal. Carrera Garcia flicked along. It's Teixeira again. And you wonder if it was the big call coming into this game. Jimmy Weekly deciding to put Galindrez in the starting lineup, wanting to give him an opportunity, he said, in the starting 11. admitted he didn't know if it was the right decision or not. I won't say that half, rather than having been remaining on, could he have injected something into this game that we're not otherwise seeing from the Red Wolves. Like I said, I don't really think it's a poor decision to start him, because he has offered something. I just wonder what they would look like with him off the bench. Villalobos. Cardona. Mel slides it out to Carrera Garcia. Whips one in, away by Dingler. Navarro back into the danger area. Cardona first time. Kept in play by Otieno. But is pinning them back along their own 18-yard box here. How long can they hold for? Just about 6 minutes plus stoppage time to get it across the line. Mel. Teixeira fires it over and into the night. Teixeira has looked the best attacker since coming on. You wonder if Teixeira was on earlier, rather as maybe as the starter, and you were bringing on Galindrez instead, could he have had the same impact? He struck it well with the laces, but it's always rising above Bush's goal. Five minutes plus stoppage time. Tormenta sitting in third, a home playoff spot. They began the day outside looking in. They knew that Charlotte was going to be giving it their everything to try and secure their playoff spot. They did so the pressure was on them. Not knowing the scores from the other games, they just know they've got to perform. They came out swinging. Got a goal in the first 5 minutes. Added one at the midway point of the first half. And have rid that 2-goal lead to here. Searching for Hernandez, he fouls. I believe it's Heckenberg. Another Roberts. Hernandez, the Californian. California State, Monterey Bay. Otters.
Substitution for the Chattanooga Red Wolves, entering the match, number 18, DJ Benton.
Paez will come on now.
Number 4, Nicholas Cardona. Also entering the match, number 20, Jorge Paez.
DJ Benton is on as well. So Benton replaces Navarro. Paez comes on. Pestmaster Services substitution. There's DJ Benton, who's just come on. 22-year-old. Taken short. Otieno. Sterling fouls Hernandez. And we're back underway quickly. Espana. Galindrez on his right. And it's just been nothing going. Just haven't been able to break free to open up this game, to really test TJ Bush. There's not much time left for them to do it. Lombardi. Paez. Otieno doing just enough. Players down behind the play for the Red Wolves. Just rubbing that calf. We'll see if we can spot anything here. It's that sliding challenge. I wonder if it was the contact from Otieno, but I don't think it was. It doesn't look like it's a cramp there. Galindrez perhaps a little bit enthusiastic and is shaking out. Jose Espana is going to have to limp off here. I do believe they've used all their substitutions. Looks like he'll be able to continue, but they'll need him to. Hearing rumors of 2 minutes of stoppage time. 2 minutes to get 2 goals.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 3 minutes of stoppage time.
Offside flag is up. Otieno from offsides on one end to now on the other. It is 3 minutes of stoppage time. All of those substitutions pitching in. So is there any time remaining? They would still get a home spot. That is not in question for the Red Wolves. Nobody can catch them in the 3 or the 4. It's just a matter of where they're going to finish in those 2 spots. So they will be playing at home. Coach Weekly saying it was incredibly important to give this team another home game. He said he wanted to do it for the front office, for the ticket guys, for the ownership group, for the fans, to give them another opportunity to play where they want to be in the League One playoffs. They are going to achieve that. They are going to be playing at home. It'll be in round number 1. They wanted the bye. Alas, a late Greenville goal spoiled that for both of these teams. Otieno. Foul given. Surely there's not enough time for 2 now. Galindrez. The final few seconds here. We're into the 3 minutes. One last chance, perhaps. Lombardi. Mel. Carrera Garcia. Galindrez. The foul will be given. That should get them across the line. There's Ian Cameron. That bench and these fans getting ready to explode. There's the final whistle.
And that's the match.
Annus Mirabilis. After finishing 11th last season, Ian Cameron's men have turned it around and in their first win at Optimum Sports Medicine Field have clinched their first club playoff berth. It'll be at home.
To secure your tickets to next weekend's playoff match.
What an incredible season for Tormenta. They've come close on each occasion, but never quite gotten there. This time, they leave no doubts about it. They will be third. They will host in the first round, taking down the Chattanooga Red Wolves 2-0. Here is your Galactic Comics man of the match. Who else could it be but Kingsford Ajay? The game-winning goal and an assist to add on top of it. The man was faultless. Your man of the match presented by Galactic Comics. And we're going to talk a little bit more about him in our play of the match presented by Bullock Solutions. It's goal number 2. Great work by Sarakowski to hold this ball up and finish it past Aviles. Set up on a platter by Kingsford Ajay. That is your play of the match presented by Bullock Solutions. Well, they have done it. Last year was a rough one. Saw them finish near rock bottom. But they have turned the table on its head and punched their spot in the League One playoffs. They're third. They got a home game. They'll be back here again. Win number 1 of what they will hope will be many at Optimum Sports Medicine Field. Here is your save of the game presented by Vision Source. TJ Bush had a relatively quiet game, but still making the stop on Mensigan earned him our save of the match presented by Vision Source. Well, folks, we are going to show you full-time highlights and stats on a historic night in South Georgia. Tormenta get it done. 2-0. We'll wrap it up for you right after this on ESPN+.
Hi, I'm Michelle Smith-Lake from Kids World Learning Center here in Statesboro, Georgia. Let us take care of all of your child care needs here at Kids World Learning Center, from your infants all the way to your after-schoolers. We also have a summer camp and holiday camp for those older children. And we have our brand new bus for our field trips, for the children to have fun and to learn and to explore new things all around our beautiful county. Thank you for trusting us with your most prized possessions.
Optum Health System's commitment to you has not changed. Unmatched safety and compassionate care. Others may talk about the new normal, but at Optum Health System we've always provided high-quality, personalized care safely. If you have recently delayed your care, we want to reassure you we are prepared to care for you. Our absolute commitment to safe, high-quality, personalized care is stronger than ever. We welcome you back to Optum Health System.
Vamos, Tormenta.
Vamos, Tormenta.
Vamos, Tormenta. Vamos, Tormenta. Vamos, Tormenta. Vamos, Tormenta. Vamos.
Welcome back to Optimum Sports Medicine Field. 2-0 your final score, presented by Lee Hill and Johnston Insurers. They are not done here. They've got one more game to go, and it's in the playoffs. Let's take a look now at our full-time highlights, presented by Galactic Comics. They got it done in the first half, and they got it done early. Kingsford Ajay, we're going to be saying his name a lot. Mukwele Kale as well has got to get an honorable mention. He has the game-winning assist here. First-time strike. How about it? Great finish here to stroke it past for goal number 1. That would prove to be the game winner. We're not done yet, though, because watch here. Akale driving inside. Watch the run being made, a diagonal one. You think he's run himself out of space here. What can he do from the corner? Well, he can put it up perfectly for Sarakowski, who cushions it well onto his right foot and finishes it home to give a little bit of insurance for Tormenta as they make it 2-0 and secure their first ever playoff spot. Here are your full-time stats presented by Galactic Comics. 19 shots, though just 4 on target. They were outshot on target by Tormenta. A very one-sided possession statistic overall as they neared 70%, but it was still not enough. The only one that matters, that statistic at the top, Tormenta get it done. 2-0 over the Red Wolves. So here is how everything shapes up. This is finalized. Your USL 1 playoffs bracket presented by Hisense. The number 1 seed, Richmond, they got it done early. Greenville triumphed, left it late. Tormenta would have finished second if it wasn't for the late goal. Tormenta will host the Charlotte Independence in the first round, as Tormenta will have home field advantage against Omaha, who fell on the final day. So we will be seeing more of both of these teams come playoff time next weekend. Well, what a season it has been. They wrap up the regular season, Tormenta, at home for their first ever win at this brand new stadium, taking down the Red Wolves, earning themselves their first ever club playoff spot. They'll be back here at home to make more memories. But from here tonight, myself, Zach Burley, our incredible crew, we say thank you for joining us this entire regular season. It's been so much fun. We're not done, though. Join us for the playoffs next week. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.